Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Spooky month is finally upon us, and it is almost Friday the 13th. So I thought this was the perfect time to share my Twilight Zone Tower of Terror pin collection. The Tower of Terror is my second favorite attraction at Walt Disney World, right behind Splash Mountain. Tower of Terror has always also been my dad's favorite attraction, even though he hasn't been able to ride it since the early 2000s due to his heart surgeries. So we really love Tower of Terror. I wanted to start off with my original Tower of Terror pin, and this was the open edition that they had available in the parks for many, many years. This one is neat because it's got a little kind of slider element with Mickey and Goofy in a falling elevator that moves around there. And it's kind of reminiscent of the Tower of Terror billboards that they have on the Disney property. So this pin was in the parks for so long, it doesn't even have a copyright year on it. I'm pretty sure I would have gotten it maybe around 2006 or 2008, but I'm pretty sure it's retired now. This pin here is Mr. Potato Head as a Tower of Terror bellhop, and this was part of a Mr. Potato Head mystery box set. This is an open edition that is currently out in the parks, and it is a bellhop poster pin. It reads, "We invite you if you dare. Your room is ready. Are you?" Starring your bellhop. The Hollywood Tower Hotel in color. I think they also have a shirt that has the similar artwork on it. This pin is really neat. It is a Hollywood Tower Hotel key. It's got a neat little tassel on it. And I think this is the second generation of keys they had. They had an earlier key, but I actually like the look of this key much better. It looks a little bit more like an authentic real key. This Twilight Zone Tower of Terror pin was part of the featured attractions collection at Walt Disney World, and it is a limited edition of 3,000. It's a super neat dangle pin. I love how you have a little ghostly Mickey and Minnie on it. You have the elevator door opening up. This pin is just super cool. This pin is part of the Good Luck, Bad Luck series they had at Walt Disney World a while back, and it is a limited edition of 1,000. On this half it reads, "Good luck, your room is ready." And then you slide the little bellhop Mickey over, and it reads, "Bad luck, it's on the 13th floor." So this pin is neat because it's also like 3 pins thick. This is another open edition that's currently out in the parks, and it features Chip and Dale as bellhops. It says the Hollywood Tower Hotel, 1313 Hollywood Lane, California. It's got a little mini key dangle on it. I really love it when the characters are dressed up as bellhops or as part of the ride. This pin is a Walt Disney World cast exclusive, and it's a limited edition of 1,000. It's part of their stained glass attraction series. So on the outside you have a stained glass version of the tower, and when you open it up inside you have an adorable bellhop Minnie Mouse. You can see the light going through the stained glass on the other side. We'd definitely love to find the Splash Mountain version of the stained glass attraction pin. This is another open edition out that has some really classic artwork on it that they have on a lot of the t-shirts or hats there. And it features Donald, Mickey, and Goofy. They're looking happy, but then they drop down and then they're all scared. So the back of the pin here has a pretty heavy-duty slider element that will slide them up and slide them down. So it's definitely not easy to get them to move. This is another pin that is like 3 pins thick, and I love the artwork with this one. Here we have a WDI Walt Disney Imagineering Twilight Zone Tower of Terror attraction poster pin. So this pin is actually from the DCA version of the ride, which obviously is no longer Tower of Terror. I unfortunately did not get to ride the tower there in either its previous or current incarnation. When we were there at the end of January, it was closed for refurb. So it's pretty neat to have a little poster piece of what the old DCA tower was like. Here's an open edition Disneyland Paris Tower of Terror pin. This pin is really nice and glossy, and the tower that they have there was also the exact same as the tower that was at DCA. This pin comes from a DCA mystery box where they had various attractions in this kind of stylized artwork. This one says the Hollywood Tower Hotel. I also have the whole Tower of Terror Tsum Tsum booster set. You have Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Daisy, Donald, Goofy, and Pete. So these characters mainly match up with the ones that are from the Twilight Zone, but not quite, because like you obviously have the 2 bellhops. I don't think Donald is really the nanny for the starlet, but it's a neat way to get the Fab 5 characters, plus I guess Pete, as part of the Tower of Terror. And these guys are also pretty subtle in what they are, that you may not know that they are actually Twilight Zone. I wanted to save my most recent acquisition for last because I absolutely love this pin. This is a Tower of Terror pin from Disneyland Paris, and it is a limited edition of 900. What's neat about the Paris limited edition pins is they tell you what edition out of the edition size it is. So this is pin 520 out of 900, and this was released back in 2008. So a seller on one of my Disney Pin Facebook groups was having a huge Tower of Terror pin sale, and they had this one available, and I had never seen this pin before, either for sale or just in anybody's collection, and I loved it so much. There's so much awesome detail on it. So Mickey, Goofy, and Donald in the ride vehicle are actually a pin-on-pin, and what I mean about this awesome detailing is that Donald and Goofy's hats are flying off, but their details on the full pin back there. You have the frayed ropes there. And then this is kind of like a screen printed, kind of epoxy coated thing. And it's got Mickey, Goofy, and Donald on it. And it's kind of dark and hard to see at the top, but it does have screen printed the Hollywood Tower Hotel. But this is definitely my new favorite pin in the collection. So these are all of my Tower of Terror pins at the current time. And also, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching the Tower of Terror movie. It's gotta be really old now, but it is super fun, a little bit campy, and it was actually partially shot on location at the Tower of Terror attraction at Walt Disney World. And so it's one of the lesser known movies that are based on the attractions. But it's so fun, and it's the perfect thing to watch for this time of the year. So thanks for watching! I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do consider subscribing if you'd like to see more Disney and pin related content. And I hope you have a Zip-a-Dee-Doo Disney day!